Hello and welcome to Matt Loves Eurovision. It's my Eurovision 2024 Top 37 countdown. It's place number 28, Albania, Besa, Titan. Please do click the subscribe button, ring that notification bell and like, share and comment below. Also the link to my blog post of this review and also a link to the music video of this entry are found in the description below. Now, 2024 will be Albania's 20th appearance in the contest. And while they've yet to win Eurovision, they've got actually into a bit of a decent groove qualification-wise, with the only non-qualification since only one non-qualification since 2018. Invariably, Albanian artists tend to be very big on their vocals. They are good live singers, be they solo, mostly female, or in a group such as last year. And this year is no exception. Besa will be hoping to maintain Albania's mostly successful qualification record. Now, Albania's annual music festival, Festival Akangas, which has been running for, I think, 62 editions now, that has been used to select Albania's Eurovision entry and it was the winner of the festival also became the Eurovision entry. However, a change was made last year to having two votes. So one, they still had a vote for the Festival Akangas winner, and that was by jury. And all the Festival Akangas had been by jury previously, no input from the public. But they changed to have a public vote, which would vote for the song to go to Eurovision. So potentially you could have the same winner, but actually in the 2 years that's been running, it's produced a different winner, one by the juries for Festival Akangas and one by the public vote for the Eurovision entry. Besa herself, she's been in the music industry since 2003. She came to the UK to further her musical education. Prior to that, she's released in that sort of career, she's released a couple of albums and singles. She's also taken part in various sort of TV talent and music competition shows, as well as both as a contestant and also as a judge as well. Now, her song Titan is an updated version or a revamped version of the song that she won the public vote at Festival Akangas with. That was in Albanian. Titan is in English, which I think is a bit of a shame to my mind. I do like the wide range of languages that we get at Eurovision. I like it when artists sing in their native language or sing in languages other than English to just give it all the flavour. But I think she personally felt it would widen the appeal of the song and obviously the understandability of it as well. It's a fairly classic kind of big Albanian female solo pop ballad. Well sung, it's got some decent momentum in, but there's nothing really super stand out about it until we get to the kind of the latter part of the song, where for the Eurovision version or the updated version of the song, she's put in a sort of an up-tempo 80s feeling dance pop section. It reminds me a bit of Greece's Last Dance from a couple of 3 years ago. It does give the song a sort of a good lift, I think, at the end, towards the end. And I think from a Eurovision and staging performance perspective, it certainly helps enliven it, I think, from what would have otherwise been a fairly bog standard, if well sung, ballad. Now, Titan hasn't fared all that well with the Eurofan community, and perhaps it's not sitting very high in the scoreboard app at all. It did have a bit of a bump up for a little bit, and then it sort of drifted back down again. And in the semi-final only list, it's been sitting at the bottom there. And in the betting odds to qualify, so this is not what position they will qualify in, but the likelihood to qualify, it's currently sitting as the least likely at the moment. I think that potentially reflects that the community just isn't been paying it that much attention. Also, it has a rotten position in the semi-final running order. They've been given second place. Poor Albania often gets really rubbishy positions in the running order. But I think last year their song was somewhat overlooked by the fandom as well, very similar to this year. And yet they still qualified, admittedly, in about ninth place. They do have some intrinsic televote strength from certain countries, and several of those are voting in this semi-final. So Italy, Greece always give Albania a good set of points from the televote perspective. Switzerland as well. Switzerland always vote big. I think there's obviously quite a big Albanian diaspora in Switzerland. And also rest of the world, which is obviously a fairly new category, but Albanians can pull in quite a few televotes from there. And with those kind of just those 4 countries alone, you could rack up between 30 to 40 points potentially, which puts you in a really good stead to qualify. So, and Albania quite often scrape through from the semi-final in 9th or 10th place. So although it's not looking very likely, don't rule Besa out yet from qualifying. And I think in the event that Titan does go to the final, I do think it'll be another bottom 5 result this year. I think I don't think it would do very much if it got to the final. However, I think a grand final appearance is a grand final appearance, and I think that is a result in itself. As I say, the betting odds and the fan apps suggest that's not likely, but as I say, there's definitely some potential there still to go through. What do you think of the song? What do you think of the qualifying chances? As always, do let me know in the comments, and we'll see you again soon in the countdown. Take care.